Traka. Just heading down to the event village to get registered. And yes, those are puddles. Can have a good look around, see who's here. Canyon over there, we've got Smith, past normal, and of course we've got Garmin over there as well. SRAM. 226ers is a quite strong brand in Spain. They do nutrition foods and things like that. And now a bit further around we've got the Hutchison tent. Got a ride with GPS there.
It is just coming up to 11:15. Alarm set for 5 o'clock. Start of the Traka adventure tomorrow. Trying to slow my brain down and just try and sleep. It's difficult because you're so excited for the morning.
It is about 6:15. All ready to go. Still trying to find my rhythm, loosen some legs up. Been a little bit stiff this morning. Going along this nice little, in the UK we probably call this a disused railway line. I've just had one of those liquid gel things I got from Carrefour, and two sixers were giving out gels in the welcome packs. So I've had those in the first hour. And I've gulped half my water already as well. My goal for day one, or loose aim anyway, I'd like to average 22.5 kilometers an hour with minimal stops. I'd love to get beyond 200 before the sun goes down. Ideally about 240, but it really does depend. There's lots and lots of climbing, maybe about 4,000 meters today alone. And then, yeah, just basically got 3 mountain climbs to get over. Hopefully that's workable within my own abilities. I'm trying not to push myself. I'm not racing it. I've not got race. You know, I've got complete sleep system with me. Well, almost complete. Anyway, that 22.5 average seems like a long way off at the moment. Dropped to 20.5 following this railway trail. It's just been a bit of a slog. So finally off the disused railway line onto some dusty tracks now. It's flattened out just a little bit. So on the screen we've got a landslide to watch out for. It's just over 66 kilometres. So I guess that's a little bit of a short hiker bike. Just plough some more food in. One of those crepes. Pack easy. Tastes good. The view's amazing just here. Believe it or not, I've got to go up there. 115 metres of up in 814 metres across. Insane.
Nice. Nice. You are the winner of this one.
Steep.
Well, first I say desk checkpoint reached. There's a bar in a little village somewhere. That's about as much information you can get from me. 90k in. Quickly went in there, grabbed an Aquarius and a bottle of Coke. Downed the Aquarius, shook the Coke in my water bowl along with the ice. Fountain didn't work. So, yeah, bummer. So about 30k more, there is another shop coming up. So I'm going to get some water there. Hopefully there'll be a fountain as well, maybe. But there's a lot of up between now and then. So we're headed up the Col d'Azur, gone up the first climbs, 1 of 3 done. It is actually stunning around here, look at that for views. Wow, and I think where the hills are, the highest hill is probably where we're going. I could have done with my, I can't remember if I told you earlier, but I could have really done with that larger cassette that I had at Badlands. But it is steep at times, very steep. That was hard work, very hard work. A little bit dangerous. Whew. But we knew about it, we knew what we're signing ourselves up for. We signed a disclaimer right at the beginning. Made it up the Col d'Azur. That was very tough. I have no idea how I am ranking in this. Imagine I'm pretty far back. Done 110 kilometres, 2,500 metres of climbing, and yeah, it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. So I'm sat with Daniel. We're in Rebos de Terres or something.
I have
something like that, isn't it?
I was just looking at the cafe and food.
We've just been in the Cafe de la Plaza. I've got a bocadilla queso, which is like cheese and tomato, and Daniel's gone for a pizza you can't eat.
But it's too big.
Too big.
Too much.
Hoping to take it away.
Yeah.
It's 10 to 4 in the afternoon.
It's crazy. We started 6:30 and we are after what, 130 kilometers.
Yeah, it's been tough.
It is.
Yeah.
But we plan to go another 100 at least today. Hopefully it will be good.
Yeah. I'm aiming for about 250 myself.
Yeah, total.
Yeah.
And then leave to
and then sleep, and then another 250 tomorrow.
I need some distance.
Or maybe finish tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on the day, but the biggest climbs are today.
So me and Daniel there have similar plans. We've been riding 8 hours and covered 126 kilometres. So I've expected to do a lot more than that. And it's just under 5 hours left until sunset, so hopefully it'd be nice to think we can get some of that distance done, well, majority of that distance done during daylight. There we go, look, 2,724 metres going up. That average speed I spoke about earlier. God, so slow. Whew. It's just pitched really difficult in the first, well, 140k whatever. 1k off-road mountain bike trail. Within that 1k there's been 220 metres of hiker bike. It's just ridiculous. It's taken far too long. Started at like 6:30 this morning and it's 5:45 now, and I've done 136k. Even Badlands wasn't this hard. Whew. I think Badlands in the first 20k was like 2,000 metres, which sounds like super crazy. But you got a lot of that out of the way with fairly easy, and then you're rewarded with lots of downhills and things like that. It's just, yeah. Sorry if you're doing Traka and you think I'm whinging and you found it easy, then you're probably one of the superhuman people. Yeah, I know it's meant to be an adventure, but adventure on 2 wheels please, not 20 minutes of walking. Right, hopefully I can get this done and finally get to ride my bike. That's what I signed up for, yeah. So, 1 hour and 7 minutes to like 5k walking, because it's just completely like 60-70% constantly. Because I'm fairly light with my setup. I know because I'm not racing. It took me ages to get it right, agonising over, and I've sacrificed loads of things, but just so I can get 3 or 4 hours comfortable sleeping, because it's northern Spain. You still need a certain amount of things to keep warm and not to shiver like crazy. See the next town, it's down there. I don't know if you can see it's on the picture. Yeah, looking forward to get down there, get a drink. I'm just struggling to take my shoes off a moment, my right foot, so hopefully I've not broken anything. You can see that over there. Don't know where it comes on camera, probably fine. There's the mountains over there, covered in snow, quite a lot of it actually. But where I've been, there's just been lots of snow melt. Not seen any snow.
So I've been here for about 3 hours now. Hardly slept at all. But I have kept nice and warm.
I feel really blessed to be waking up to that. Beautiful. Wow. And it's it's flat, but it's also in a downward slightly direction. Good morning, welcome to day 2 of the Traka It is about 6:30, I guess now, and yeah, a little bit cool. Got the vest on, sorry, the half asleep. Got the rain jacket on. It's a bit of block out that, a bit of wind really. So the toilet there, it wasn't so peaceful either, because the neither of the toilets which were available, the door couldn't be locked. So every now and again someone would poke their face in, and one person stepped across me, went to the sink, filled his water bowl, and stepped back over me again. So not quite perfect. Why didn't I go into the women's toilets? Because, you know, most of the athletes are men, aren't they? And funnily enough, somebody else slept in the women's toilets. He wasn't a woman. At least I don't think he was. Yeah, so a grand day looking ahead. Doesn't that look beautiful? As I head towards the coast now. And when I do get to the coast, hopefully there's going to be very touristy like, because I need to eat properly. Last night there was a bar open as I arrived at 1:30 or whatever it was. I can't believe it was open still, but they had no food left. And I noticed a pot noodle dish kind of thing, and yeah, so got that. The woman behind the counter put some hot water in, and yeah, that kept me nice and warm. Obviously not much nutrients going on in a pot noodle, but at least it was something. Because for breakfast I've got little choco pan things. I've got, well, I've had eaten all the bugles, which are like little crisps here in Spain, and just chucked a assortment of other shit inside me. So yeah, I need something substantial, and that's probably not going to be until the coastline. A burger would be nice, please. Actually, scrap that. I just looked down at my screen and it says 24-hour vending machine. I think it's got pizza in it. I hope so. Somebody was telling me earlier, actually, I think it does pizza, assuming all the other riders haven't eaten all. So while we're going downhill, I'm just going to recollect something which happened yesterday, which I wanted to share with you. It was in the middle of the afternoon. Well, it was probably before then, and probably about 11 o'clock, I reckon. The fast group, all the pros caught up, and in the words of Josh Reed, who shouted out as he passed me, "Carnage!" And yeah, I could not think of a better word, to be honest. I didn't see any red light violations. It was just like everybody was just flying across, and I was on the tail. I was amidst it myself as well for a while, and it was just a case of flying through the junctions, and all the cars were stopping. So I just stopped at this place, a coffee, an amazing croissant. I picked out some ham and cheese out of the supermarket, punched out a baguette, and they made me two buccaneers. Just had a few nibbles of that one, so I've actually got some proper food today. I picked up a Mars bar and a Twix as well. It's often what you need on your second day if you're eating lots of synthetic foods, which are pretty much all polished off. We've got that decathlon carb mix in there, and as you see there's a little tiny bit left in there, and I've just had a bit of coffee, so hopefully I'll start to make some good progress today. So objectives for the day. Objective number one, yesterday was pretty much let's call it type 3 fun. It was such hard work, and it's just drawn a lot out of me. So my aim for between now and lunchtime is just to make sure I'm enjoying myself moving forward, not putting massive efforts in, just enjoying it really. Yeah, for the next 3 or 4 hours, just trying to make reasonable progress, but for now just trying to enjoy it a little bit more, because yeah, like I say, yesterday was pretty bad. Scores on the doors, 5,541 metres done. It is 9 o'clock in the morning now enough. Got 12 hours of daylight left and 258 kilometres, which is news to me. So I want to try and do as close as possible to 500k. You know, I don't want to push it too much, but I'd like tomorrow to be kind of a relatively short day. I can't check into the hotel until tomorrow at some point, so there's no point in me getting back in the night unless, well, I could probably sleep in the tent at the event village. I'm probably sure people will be, so I guess it would be an option. Carting my ass all the way along there. For the last half mile as well, because I was pushing, I saw a puddle, got one of my water bottles, got loads of the water, throw it over the cassette and the chain, got a serviette, dried it off and stuck some squirt lube on, the wax stuff, and then just proceed to walk for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, because it only takes me 10 minutes to set, doesn't it? Oh, right, let's get down. On to the next one. Yay! Place, pop the name in the corner screen. I just forced myself to stop and have some dinner. Angus burger, chips and a Coca-Cola, and emptied the spa. Some orange juice, a board of water and carb mix. A big climb ahead of us, then back on the flat again. Well, at least I've got some stunning views at the moment. So we're heading up there say we. There's another ride up in front of me there. And I guess you're along for the journey as well. Assuming you've made it this far. Gravel ride, they said. As you can see, there's a lot of mountain-back trails in this. Obviously I can't comment on the 360, which is probably like gorgeous Gucci gravel, and this is how they've made it the adventure by putting all the mountain bike trails in. I'm really pleased actually that although I'm pretty new to mountain biking the last couple of years, I really have put it to good use in preparation for this, even if it was not the intention, because I thought, oh, it'll be nice gravel. Sure, a few hiker bike bits, but there won't be loose stones everywhere. And of course, that's exactly what there's been. Rather flat since some place called Roses. Maybe for about an hour now, I think. It's just been completely flat. Downside is it's very windy. I certainly am going quicker than I have been all day long. Just got to keep on plugging away. Right, currently on 366 kilometres, an hour and a half left before the sun goes down, so it's quite possible, as long as it remains flat and the wind dies down a bit, or at least doesn't pose any more of an issue than it is right now, should reach 400. Anyway, enough update. Just went through a place, about 4 words. Pescador was what the final word. If I can find it again, I'll throw it up on the screen. I found this great spa in advance. I stuck it out as a POI, really colourful frontage. But when I actually got there, I found a pizza slash kebab, you know, basically a takeaway just around the corner. And in there, I've just had a Dorum, which basically is a doner wrap. I didn't eat the whole thing, so I'm currently just got a little bit left. Wrapped it up with they gave me foil. Funny thing is, not too long ago, in the previous town, saw the carrying the bocadilla. In that previous town, I bought some Ruffles crisps. So, carrying way more than, well, I'd rather have way more or miss my turning. For the first time in a long time, I've got way more than I need, which is good, I suppose. after I'd eaten that burger early today, got going again. It took a little bit of a while, but I suddenly felt like I got, you know, a second pair of wings. So happy days. It is 20 past 7. So let's say it's going to be dark 9 o'clock. Cizo's pressure off is just a tad, but stop for a moment to show you the sign. So I've been following the Piri Nexus on and off for the last few hours here, whatever region of Spain this is. And so I'm guessing it's Velo Route 8. It's pretty good. There's another sign up there as well. Seems to be lots and lots of gravel routes around here. Very good, very good. So yeah, if you want to check that out online, if you fancy coming to this part of Spain, seems good. Well, good morning folks, 4-hour day of Traka, and I'll start today by telling you about my sleep spot. So, a village, name on the screen. In my mind it was like the last sort of settlement before the last big couple of climbs. Decided that's where I was going to stop. Where I ended up was in the middle of the village park area. There's a tree. I spotted it. There's loads of benches and things, and there was a conversation going on between about 3 people, so I just waited for them to finish the conversation. But every now and again there was a headlights in my general direction, so I was like laying flat, you know, dressed in my fluorescent orange stuff at this point. I'll sit down properly, and so I was like, oh great. And then bong, the church bell every 15 minutes. At some point about 1 o'clock, this guy suddenly decided to take his dog for a walk. Anyway, the dog decided he didn't want to go for a walk, so managed to get some sleep. I stopped about 5 hours, and here I am. I think it's called the Col Font de Montagne. Right, what else did I want to say? Also, I don't know how it's happened. It's never happened before. Somehow I've chopped some of the route off. I'm sure I have, because the in the Viral GPS map, it shows you click the button to show your current location, and you recognise the names, but the distant markers don't match up. Like, what? How have I missed something? It's 440 on the screen, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's 120k to go. But it's not. It's less than that. Don't know how that's managed to happen, but now I just want to get it done. So hey ho, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I don't know where it was, and I'm not going back to try and find it. Oh dear. Right, let's get this on. Absolutely caked with crap. I'm now having to drink through it. It's not just in your lungs from breathing it, it's in you're heating it. I don't know if we're near the top of this first bit. There's like 2 climbs to do. One was nearly 300 and the next, well, the other one was about the same really. So we're going well above sea level, even though the elevation profile on the map looks nothing but a tiny little blip. Doesn't seem to go behind there. I'm not sure if it's broken or something's come out of alignment. Doesn't want to go around. Right. I know when I was on Badlands, I broke the strap. That's been replaced, and you can get replacement bits for everything that come Tailfin do. But it's that pivot point there. It doesn't quite go round. Probably full of dust. Right, there we go. Bit of a makeshift hack. And I've just been joined by a rider whose name I don't know. I'm Richard. Arno.
Belgian.
So we've kind of worked out there's like 60 odd K left, isn't there? And I've lost 50K. Somehow, I have no idea how. But it could just be that I've stopped it and it's not restarted.
Oh, it's good news, right?
Yeah, it's very good news, very good news. How you found it?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, the first day was really too heavy actually.
Yeah.
Too steep. So I really had to recover in a hotel for a few hours. And yesterday I was fine actually. It was fun.
Where did you sleep? Last night?
This night?
Yeah.
In Vierge, yeah. It's like 50 k's from here.
Okay. Was that in a
Again
hotel?
In a hotel, yeah.
Well, I've ended up having my breakfast. I've been on bench watch for about 15k, looking for the elusive bench. And then eventually one showed up at a golf course. So I stopped for maybe 20-25 minutes, possibly, just eating loads of food. I hadn't really eaten that much for a while. So, got some food into me, feel better now, and away again. 32k to go, 20 miles. And I've just had the foot leaders of the 100k loop, assuming that's who they are, past me. Final stretch. Into Girona, here I come. 10 meters to go, just 10. Chain is knackered, needs lubing, but it can now wait. That's it, the Traka 550 over and done with, back at the finish line. What a fantastic finish. I'm just going to soak up the atmosphere. I nearly cried about 5 minutes ago or something like that. It's always very overwhelming when you're ridden 2.5 days and, you know, that's it. Anyway, from the scenes of the Traka, well, probably talk to you a little bit later, but I'm just going to soak up the atmosphere right now and yeah, revel in it. And I should probably give the bike a wash as well. Check that out. So that's it, I've ended my Traka device in. The bike is lovingly clean-ish. The bottles have never looked any better. Look, I didn't think they would come up trumps again, but I can actually drink out of those. Oh, that actually doesn't taste of mud.
Right, home, or hotel. Right, done and dusted. Had a couple hours sleep. Just about to go out and get something to eat. I'm absolutely starving. And my voice is quite croaky as well, so I need to rehydrate. We should talk again in the morning and I'll tell you a little bit more how it went, because right now can't be bothered. Okay, it's morning after the Traka. I've had a nice shower, had lots of sleep, had a few beers, met up with my mechanic Tim, was chatting about the 360 and the 560, and got my medal as well. I don't know if I showed you it yesterday, but here it is. The Traka finishes medal, absolutely brilliant. Got a few things on the bed that I just want to share with you, which well, let's just talk about those. So I got rid of a spare second rear light. I took that off, removed the bracket as well. Didn't bother with the exposure support cell. I figured there'd be enough battery life to get me around. So that didn't go, so there's a weight saving there. Didn't bother with arm warmers. Far end, I can reach all the way over. 4-finger gloves. I thought maybe I need those up in the mountains and I've ended up sleeping. In the end I decided I just want to get past all that, so I didn't bother taking those. And finally, insulated puffy pants, I call those. Didn't take them, so there's a bit of a space saving and weight saving there. Also, there's a few things I just wanted to talk about in isolation, really. I could have got away with not taking the first of these, only because I produce content for YouTube. I needed to charge my GoPro up a little bit. I was charging my phone off this as well, but it's not particularly compact. So yeah, I could have saved a little bit of weight there. This is hindsight and everything. A Cyplus electric pump. Now I did take a traditional hand pump with me as well. So these two items alone, you know, there's a sizable weight that I've just carried 300 plus miles around this part of Spain and Andalusia. Chain lube. Now this is definitely something that I'm really pleased I did take with me. Just make sure you do apply it, you know, whenever you're sleeping, kind of thing. So I put that on the very first night when I was in the toilets. I made sure I applied it, and so when in the morning it was all applied and it all dried onto the chain. Didn't stop me getting 3/4 of the way through the ride having to reapply again, because numerous puddles and things like that. So you make sure if you do use wax, it's one of those things you just got to try and be regimented. Go into a cafe, put some chain lube on. Going to sleep for a couple of hours in the afternoon, put some chain lube on. Sleep at night time, put some chain lube on. Just leave it. Finally, the other item left on the bed here is this my backup light. You know, it's one of those things. Do you or don't you? Do you have a backup front light? I mean, the exposure lights that I use are really, really good, but everything breaks at some point. I took this. I did actually use it on the second night. It came really, really useful. But I think, if in all honesty, I could have left this at home and instead just turned up the volume, so to speak, on the head torch that I took with me. I don't see it anywhere to hand. But yeah, a combination of a powerful front light and the head torch would have been enough. And I reckon collectively there, if these three items, you know, it's maybe a kilogram of weight. I don't know, not too sure. But either way, it's a lot of weight that I could have saved by not taking along with me on the Traka. So yeah, a bit of an insight there on things to think about if you fancy doing any sort of gravel event, whether it's Traka, Badlands or anything. You have to be really deep in thought about what you're taking, what's redundant, but of course every now and again you do need to take a backup thing. So it's all good and well me sat here saying, yeah, don't bother 2 front lights, but what if the bracket broke on the exposure light or something and it flew onto the gravel and actually just broke to pieces? I'd be stuck in the middle of nowhere, and that would have been the adventure over. So rounding up this video, big shout to Trident Sporting Events. I'll drop a link down to them below. They loaned me the bike box, which I need to repack tomorrow at some point. I've got all day tomorrow here in Girona, so who knows, I might go for a bike ride either today or early tomorrow morning, because I just need to get everything back packed away in the box, and at least I know what I'm doing now. So again, I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. It's been quite an adventure. As always, I really do enjoy these. Sometimes it seems like I do a fair degree of moaning. They do have a lot of type 2 fun going on, but overall, all in all, I had a cracking time. So if you have enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and now I'll see you in the next video in a few weeks time.